I'm dolo, and I'm good with that.
Don't fuck with me. I'm
backed by God, so I don't even know how to have the fear you need me to have.
Boy, if you weak ass niggas even thought of doing something to me, I light y'all bitch ass up.
I don't fuck with nobody. So when you fuck with me, I'm gonna fuck with you.
You want to be somewhere where people are all trying to grow. And if you going behind, guess what they gonna do? Tell you, hey bro, either get right or get the hell on. You see what I'm saying? But them the type of people you need to be around because that holds you to a standard.
If you can't receive someone telling you something, and even if you don't like who's saying it, if you're focused on what they're who's saying it, then what they're saying, you're not emotionally intelligent.
That's a fact.
You're emotional.
God put me through a lot of trials and tribulations so that I wouldn't get complacent, so that I could remember who the fuck I am.
Obsessed with finding myself now and not having to prove anything to anybody other than myself.
I believe in wins and lessons. Ain't no such thing as a loss. Everything is a lesson.
You can't let nothing break you. I don't care what the situation is, my nigga. Don't let that shit break you, because it's always a way.
Stay you. Be you, be different. Don't try to follow no ways. What work for somebody else ain't gonna work for you.
Oh, I'm trying to better myself. I'm scrubbing to better myself. Or I'm just trying to be a better person. Yeah.
Giving your best is enough. And sometimes we lose track of that. So for anybody out there, you know, you're enough.
If one door closed, another one gonna open.
I'm someone you really shouldn't put your hands on. So just make sure that this is what you want, because I'm not gonna stop, and I'm very resourceful.
Yo, it's your boy Light Buddha Mike back at it again with another TikTok 5 reaction. What is up? Oh, I think my tablet's up. Yeah, tablet's up. So I went out tonight to play my game like I usually do on Thursdays and Tuesdays. But we got one today and tomorrow. And I just so happened to pull another treasure rare card, which are like this chases, or this is SP, I think. Yeah, SP card. And this is what it is. Let's see. There you go. This card is already worth $500. That's the same amount as this card, which is graded. So if I get this card graded to look like this card will be 12 to 15,000. Well, 100. You know what I'm saying? Not thousand, just 100. But still, this right here alone, this is like 800 something. You know, just them two cardboard cards, man. That's what it's about. Little stock investing, you know what I'm saying? This isn't like penny stocks, but it's penny stocks, you feel me? But shit, I ain't gonna hold y'all to it. You know what time it is.
See, I'm not one of them niggas that know a lot about a little. I know a little about a lot, bitch. I might not be the brightest candle on the cake, but bitch, I'm lit.
I brought me one you can trust. You. Okay, ready?
Bitch on the ride of my day like a Mustang. I got a watch on my wrist, is a bust down. See ya. I'm tryna hop on a flight out of town. See ya. But I see my baby to bring it right round. See ya.
Oh yeah. Let's get it. Y'all already know what time it is. I don't want to hold you any more than I already have. Let's do it.
What's that? Oh, a guy was recording the sun, as one does, and he noticed something a little bit strange as he did so. Tell me more! Yeah, so this guy's recording the sun, and he starts to notice weird little hexagonal shapes around the sun as he's recording that literally looks like we're in a dome or firmament or what have you, and it's got hexagonal little shapes around it as if we're stuck inside of a hologram. Oh, goody! But it didn't stop there, because once people started to see this, they then started to post their little clips and videos and pictures and whatnot of what they've captured. And there's similar things where you can actually see through the little hexagonal shapes that some of these people have recorded. Oh, goody! It makes you wonder why so many movies have this hexagonal shape up in the sky and things hit it and sometimes it'll break. Okay.
Making Chicken Little seem like he ain't so much of a liar anymore. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Sky might be falling. We won't know. We won't know. Not until it happens, anyways. Right in front of our faces.
What's that? Oh, a research lab in Eastern Europe figured out exactly what happens to you the second you die, but then their entire research team disappeared? Tell me more. Yeah, this research team was working on a project called Project Denitas, and they figured out what happened the exact second that you die. And they were doing this by mapping consciousness and using AI integration to figure this all out. Oh, goody. So what they figured out the moment that people die is that a massive surge of gamma activity happens. And they figured out that this isn't a normal surge of gamma activity. It's way more than anyone would experience as they're alive. Okay. But they figured out this wasn't a random surge. This happened to every test subject that they did it on. And they figured out that this was some sort of structured code that was implemented. What? So they used this machine that turns brainwaves into pictures to see what this gamma wave was. And what they saw was voices, sounds, tunnels. They saw entire cities made of sound. Oh, exciting!
I mean, that does sound intriguing. I'm not gonna lie. That does sound intriguing. Cities made of sound. So that means it's like vibration just like us. Because that's what we are is vibration and light and density. But yeah, I digress. Just do your own research, you'll find it.
What's that? Oh, scientists figured out with the right sound, light, and frequency, the human brain can be programmed to do whatever it is that they want. Tell me more! Yeah, this is crazy. The tests that they're figuring out and doing with the human brain are absolutely insane. It's literally like you're hypnotizing a brain to do anything it is that you want it to do, and they're tapping into it now today. Oh, got it! What's crazy about this, though, is they can literally have you do basically anything they want, meaning when they programmed somebody's brain they were doing this on because they accepted it, they were able to actually be insanely successful because of what was programmed in their brain. It had them believe they were successful, thus they were successful. The only bad part is some people did lose their own self-identity and who they really are. But other than that, things went great. Okay then.
People, don't let people in your brain. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what up, Cali X? What it do? How you doing, my guy? Hopefully you having a good Friday. Me, mine is starting off fantastic. I already made $5, meaning with two zeros for spending $30. That's just $30 though. So I made 500 by spending $30 in a matter of 3 hours. Pretty good. See now, if YouTube could kick out like that, dude, I'd be fucking fantastic. Oh yeah, thanks, Ren. I know I got good potential. I just don't want to give out $50 to somebody. You know what I'm saying? To help me grow on a kick platform, which ain't really that's not my shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I'm gonna let you know this too, Callie. Uh, One Piece, the card game, the TCG card game, that shit right now is like playing stock markets, bro. Because you could like spend a little bit of money, come up real quick. You know what I'm saying? But only if you got money to blow. Don't do it if you ain't got money to blow. It's not worth
Wait a minute. So when nobody gonna tell me about this dragon that's supposed to be this massive dragon that's supposed to be in the waters of the Venezuela waters? Was nobody gonna tell me this? That it's an underworld in Venezuela, that the U.S. is really out there? Was nobody gonna tell me this? Yeah, man, listen, I just found out. It's an underworld in Venezuela that the U.S. is out there. And it's a massive dragon that's thawing out that they trying to stop. They say the veil getting thin. What, nobody gonna tell me this though? I'm sitting up here thinking the whole time, I'm thinking it's about the oil, but it's really an underworld over there in Venezuela that they trying to prevent. What's up? What's to it? What's going on? Cause hey, listen, this the first time I done heard about it today, man. Like, somebody, man, they been inboxing me telling me about it, man. Y'all, hey, what y'all, man, what y'all think?
it. You know, if I was a bet man, which I'm not, but if I was, I would bet they are definitely trying to keep this some bitch asleep. hmm 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 But if not, they definitely trying to knock this bitch the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? Like if Godzilla get back up, somebody gotta put him back to sleep again. That's all I'm gonna say. That's it.
This is everything that just happened on the news today, but I'm going to simplify it for you in 60 seconds. There is literally a nationwide recall that's happening right now that everybody needs to be aware of because this coffee may actually have glass in it. They're saying that this coffee was exclusively sold at Dollar Generals all across the nation, and this is the UPC code and all of the lot numbers if you want to make sure you don't have it. Dude, today is literally International Left-Handers Day, and if you didn't know that existed, I didn't either. I've only ever met one person in my entire life that's actually left-handed, so happy birthday, I guess. Taco Bell is now officially set to launch their new permanent Baja Blast flavor, and it's called Baja Midnight, and it comes out on August the 14th. I already have to stay away from the normal Baja Blast because it will literally keep me up for 2 weeks straight, so I wonder what this one's gonna do. This is blowing up online right now. Australia is now testing out roads that glow in the dark. They're saying that Australia is now testing these glow-in-the-dark road markings that absorb sunlight during the daytime, and they emit a soft glow at night. The FDA has just approved a new eye drop that corrects the need for glasses in just 30 minutes and no surgery is required. This graph is going viral all over social media right now because it's showing you which birthday is actually the most common and which birthday is the rarest. Okay. So basically this is the graph if you want to look at it, and I want to know who has the rarest birthday. So basically the highest number on this graph is the rarest birthday. Drop your comments and let us know what number you got. I give you these roundups every day, so make sure you add me and come back to me tomorrow.
All I'm gonna say is, them people better watch out, because if them storms is around your way, it's gonna happen at midnight. They don't name anything Mountain Dew after anything unless it's about to be something. You know what I'm saying? Think about Baja Blast. That's when motherfuckers was over there getting wet. They was shipping out all that shit in the seas. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers was getting hit with storms. Like fucking Cold Red. That's when motherfuckers was going to war. You know what I'm saying? Pitch Black. Niggas was losing power. What was the other one? Surge. I don't know. Is that one? I might be thinking of a actual drink. But yeah, you know what I'm saying. Mountain Dew got a lot of pop, and whoever making that shit, they got some deep ties, deep ties. Some people was forming with whoever was running the time machine. You know.
Do you remember when that video went viral of the microwave plate and people realizing that the indentation on this plate that sits in the gear and turn the plate in the microwave is the same shape as a radiation symbol? Well, the crazy thing is a lot of people are saying it's not a big deal, man, it's just a gear in there. But it is interesting that it could be any other shape than the radiation symbol. But here's the crazy part, and you know what's crazy about the microwave is it's about the only appliance that you've never seen a commercial of. Yet it's in all of our homes. Unless you're like me and got rid of it. But there is something so crazy about microwaves, so much more, is that it's the frequencies that excites the molecules and just makes it warm up. But you cannot speak about it on TikTok. In fact, if you ask Google, are microwaves safe, you would have to go to page 100 before you see any variance of an opinion on a matter. They're all 100% use it, it's great, it was an amazing invention. But never mind what Russia did in the 1960s regarding microwaves.
Mm, mm. So I had to make the drive home, fam, and everyone tapping in. Nice. Let's get it.
Gavin Newsom is in a lot of trouble because California's nonpartisan state auditor just delivered a financial obituary for the world's fifth largest economy. $76.5 billion gone, vanished into a labyrinth of fraud, waste, mismanagement, and incompetence so vast that it makes Minnesota's systematic looting look like amateur hour at a county fair. The audit released December 11th places 8 state agencies on a high-risk designation, double the number when Gavin Newsom took office, and the breakdown reads like a criminal indictment disguised as bureaucratic assessment. $32 billion paid to unemployment fraudsters during the pandemic, $24 billion in homelessness spending that the state cannot track or account for, even as tent encampments metastasize across every major city. $18 billion consumed by a high-speed rail project that after 17 years has yet to lay a single operational mile of track. $2.5 billion in annual exposure from improper food stamp payments. $650 million wasted on a scrapped emergency services upgrade that never functioned. And this represents merely the documented losses that auditors could quantify. The full scope of the catastrophe likely extends far beyond what any audit could capture. Representative Kevin Kiley stood on the House floor and stated what California's own audit confirms. California is the fraud capital of America. Not hyperbole, not partisan exaggeration, a mathematical certainty derived from the state's own accounting. The number of agencies designated as high risk for waste, fraud, abuse, or mismanagement has doubled under Newsom's tenure. 8 separate agencies now carry this designation, meaning they exhibit serious fiscal pathologies and have failed to implement adequate corrective actions despite repeated warnings. The Employment Development Department that dispensed $32 billion to fraudsters, the Department of Social Services overseeing CalFresh benefits, hemorrhaging billions in improper payments, the Department of Finance that lost track of $24 billion in homelessness funds, the California High-Speed Rail Authority burning through $18 billion with nothing to show but environmental.
What the fuck? What's going on? How's California still like doing what the hell it's doing? Like we should have been stopped there. But hey, Trump on his way. You know what? Trump is on his way.
What's that? Oh, there's a technology that most people don't know about that's called voice to skull technology, which has a patent where you actually hear voices come inside your head, which isn't your own voice, and it takes over. Tell me more! Yeah, this voice to skull technology has been around since the Cold War, at least that's what we know so far, and what it does is it uses a microwave frequency that is pointed in certain directions at certain people and will only affect the people that it's pointed at. Now, the reason it's called voice to skull technology is because when it is pointed at somebody, it does not enter through the ear, it goes directly to the skull. This was said to just be used for crowd control and that there are no harmful effects of it. Whistleblowers have come out talking about this technology and how it's been used in certain agencies. Oh, fun! Some people that have actually... The eerie part about this is the people that said they've had this used on them said that they do not recall what happened to them, nor recall what they did and what they were told to do. Oh, I love it!
So basically, we got a mind control device. That's very scary right there. See, now I have to put this up, man. I have to. Otherwise, it won't be right. You know what I'm saying?
What's that? Oh, an experiment was done where they actually took people's blood out of their body and put it in a little test tube. What this experiment was meant for was to find out if anything would happen if you would take the blood from somebody and then introduce certain things to that person and see what would happen to the blood, if anything at all, while it's outside of the body. Oh, goody. Tell me more. So what they did is they introduced this bad bacteria to the blood in the test tube. Nothing really happened other than just the bacteria really took over, and nothing as far as defense mechanisms in the blood or the cells that would come out and fight the bacteria did nothing. But this is where things got a little crazy, because what they did is they introduced comedic, funny movies to these people in the next room of the owners of the blood that was in the test. And what would happen is the actual blood would have the good cells come in and fight off the bacteria now, and these people were in the other room. But then when they would introduce the horror movies and things of that nature, then the actual good blood cells that would come in and try to fight the bacteria went away, and the bacteria took over. So what we watch and listen to actually has more of an effect all the way down to how the blood can fight away bacteria. Oh, goody.
Hey, this is for entertainment purposes only, of course, you guys. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do your own research, though. You know what I'm saying? Don't just go based off of what I'm showing you, you know? These are just TikTok skits, you know what I'm saying? People making on TikTok for entertainment purposes only. But shit, you know me.
Trump said, if you've been out of prison for 12 years, your record will be wiped clean. This is a law he's trying to put into effect for everybody out here that can't get an apartment, can't just make sense of life, period. That's a felon. You would now have a chance. Now, it's not about if you get out of prison, and that's it. No, you get out of prison and you have been off parole for 10 to 12 years, then your record is automatically wiped clean. Man, we can't get apartments in our name. It has to be second chance of some old BS neighborhood that don't nobody want to live in. We've got to go to second chance finance car lots. If you really just want to think about it, we really can't do too much of anything. You can't get a great paying job. Now, I do agree, 12 years is a long time, but I've been home 13 years. So if I can do it, you can do it as well. God bless all my felons, man, and I wish the best for y'all on y'all adventures, man.
Hey, man, that sounds like some good shit right there. That sounds like good shit. try and calculate how long I've been out. Had to have been about 11, 12 years. Yeah. Might be good.
Trump said if you put your hands on a woman, it is an automatic first-degree felon. From now on, if you touch a woman, it is a first-degree felon. I'm so happy because so many men out here beating women, putting their hands on women, but they won't fight a man. They won't fight a man. They'll raise their hand at a man, but they will scream and yell and punch and kick on a woman. So from here on out, if you put your hands on a woman, the state is automatically going to pick up the charges and give you a first-degree felony that carries 5 to 99. You are toasted. All you men out there fighting on women, putting your hands on women, you don't deserve to walk the earth, man. You don't deserve it. You need to be locked away. They need to throw away the key. And for all the ladies out here who feel scared like you don't want to tell on a person, you are just as wrong as he is, man. You wrong because the next person might not make it and survive in order to tell their story. So if you got a man out there who putting his hands on you, make sure you tell somebody, man. Make sure you tell somebody.
Cause you never know when a nigga gonna Chris Benoit somebody. No, they, like no talking to him like downward shit, cause he could probably have that voice to skull technology on him. You know what I mean? Ain't no telling. Ain't no telling. But let's keep it moving.
Order to prepare the Minnesota National Guard. We have soldiers in training and prepared to be deployed if necessary. I remind you, a warning order is a heads up for folks. And these National Guard troops are our National Guard troops. They're teachers in your community, they're business owners, they're construction professionals. They are Minnesotans. Minnesota will not allow our community to be used as a prop in a national political fight. We will not take the bait. We will continue to update you, Minnesota, as we get more information. Now I'd like to turn it over to Commissioner.
I don't think he knows who the National Guard works for. Where when that shoes, that's a good question. It's very, very good question. Cause there's like only like 4 people watching me right now. It says like 7, but 3 of those are me. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? People probably sleeping. It's Friday. Thinking people wanted to get high today and chill with your boy. But it is what it is. I ain't look at shoes. I made $500 today, bro. Show you this card, bro. Right. Voila. See that? That's worth $500, my guy. I gotta take it out because it's not doing no justice in this thing. Come on. Tappa, tappa, tappa. No. You stay in the pack. There we go. See, look at that. Nope, gotta take it out of the wrapper. See that shit, bro? That shit shining. $500. Then cardboard. Perfect. Said Boa Hancock. She likes Luffy. What's the name on the back? It's a One Piece card. Saying this one is graded. So this one is $500 right here. You know what I'm saying? See how shiny she is? This is my waifu. You You know what I'm saying? But this right here, this is Luffy's wife. You know what I'm saying? But this perfect. Perfect. Another gem in my pack. Collecting these females. Look at this is a stack. Right here, this is a stack, bro. Yeah, that's what it is. A sleeve and a hard case. You know what I'm saying? This one's graded, so this protect. Hell yeah, appreciate it. So like I said, if I get that shit graded, cool 1,500 right there. Cool 15. No questions asked. I already know. But I can't. You know how much it is to grade one that's above like a certain amount? It costs like $500 to get it insured and shit. And then it's like, what the fuck? Like, you gonna pay me my insurance money back? You know what I'm saying? Because that's only in case shit happens. I don't want to forfeit. It's not what I do. It's not how I work. I mean,
Stranger Things might be a lot deeper than you think. This is the ultimate rabbit hole. In a TV series, Stranger Things, I just finished it, and I agree with the ending as well. They mentioned Russia, underground tunnels, underground, and portals. Check this out, bro. Ultimate rabbit hole, bro, and I'm getting goosebumps. 1893, Ingersoll Lockwood, bro. He wrote the Baron Trump's Marvelous Adventures books. It was 3 of them. 1890, right, was the first one. This one showed hidden realms beneath society, the mysterious mentor Don Fum, and knowledge reserved for the elites. The second book, Baron Trump's Wonderful Adventures, bro, it shows that he encountered strange rulers and civilizations underground. It gets deeper. The Last President. It shows the elite class panicking and America on the brink of collapse. Don Fum uses the blueprints to travel to a time where he could become a president that causes all type of chaos and controversy. He destroys gold. He basically destroys America. Okay? Now this is, bro, this whole thing gets crazy, bro. Okay? So now, Ingersoll Lockwood, right? This is what I got to understand. During the time that Nikola Tesla was alive, he said he had cracked the code on time distortion. Ingersoll Lockwood literally lived on the same block as Nikola Tesla. This is what y'all got to understand, right? Now, check this out as well. Donald Trump lives on 5th Avenue, which probably ain't that far from Times Squared. It's all symbolism as I'm seeing it. It's very interesting. Now, check this out. Soon after Tesla dies in that hotel, guess who's commissioned to go to look over the blueprints? He wasn't commissioned to go get them. John G. Trump, Donald Trump's family, was commissioned with the CIA to look over Nikola Tesla's blueprints. Check this out. Werner von Braun, he was a Nazi scientist and literally the founder of NASA, dog. He wrote a book in 1953, Project Mars. And in the book, he had a guy named Elon who takes us to Mars. And when you think about Elon with SpaceX plus the chip, this is literally space-time distortion, potentially what Tesla was talking about. So not the actual time as we observe things. Time within your mind, bro. Time squared, bro. Bro, they got everything squared away in time. Now, we got to start really questioning the black box, the black cube, the Saturn code, the code of Saturn. There are so many different things that we can start to actually analyze in terms of even 9/11. The plane crash left a perfect, you know what I'm saying? Some of these plane crashes, man, dog. I think that this thing goes way deeper. We know that CERN does things that we can't discern, pun intended. We know that they conduct experiments on inner and outer body experiences, astral projection, remote viewing, etc. We know that they actually believe that there are things beyond the physical. They don't call it spiritual, but we can, because this is essentially, it's all the same thing. Call it energy, call it the spirit realm. It's a realm that is literally beneath the flesh, right? Beneath our senses, or maybe above them. Bro, I believe the reason, we can't go to Antarctica, they got these things hidden, this extra land, they're doing these experiments. Why would everybody agree on this one piece, this one place where we can't go? It doesn't make sense. Why did they stop exploring the deepest depths of the ocean and went into space? What is making them so afraid? And when you think about the book and all of this beef that Trump has with Russia, What if it's really just a facade to get them in the same room to pass information? Bro, this thing goes so deep. And the Simpsons have to be time travelers, or they already have, or whoever the owners and the writers are, they have to be plugged into a real connect, a real power source that has already predetermined the next 100 years of our life. I got Under the Silver Lining on right now. I'm probably gonna do another movie review. I'm rewatching Under the Silver Lining with Andrew Garfield right now to see what else I can see in this movie, because I feel like I can do a better review. And my last one was out cold on this movie, but I think I can do even better. But one of the biggest takeaways from this movie is that middle America and anybody who's not elite and super wealthy and resourced and powerful, every aspect of your life has been predetermined to live up to somebody else's intentions. What if time distortion, maybe not necessarily time travel, but what if they got a machine that can distort time so slow, bro, right, around you, to where your flesh and your atoms and molecules still move at regular speed, so it appears that you are able to transverse in time faster than time is moving? What if they have an actual machine? Hold on. What if they have an actual machine that can displace your energy signature in space-time long enough for you to travel forward and backward in time, dog? I'll be back with more on this one.
He not? So he getting them together to fight the Leviathan so he could capture vessels, hold power over them. Hell yeah. But that dude was building, man. And I've been telling y'all from the beginning that Trump is Biff. Yo, what up, Dennis? And I've been to this time before. And this is why I've been telling you, like, this is getting close to the end where they're going to start splicing these atoms and then they're going to control it to where it's going to create it in a time rift and open up and destroy reality, but it's not going to destroy it as we know. It's just going to reset it into a different dimension with different polarity. Because the world's not going to end. Just we as an existence, probably. But my thing is, we what we think of as the end is just the beginning. So it's like when we are past, we become a baby again. But nonetheless, you have to go into the light. But is the light right? That's the question. That is the question. Keep moving.
Y'all know Trump just announced that the new legal age to drink or buy alcohol is 25 years old. Yes, I'm happy. All you little young motherfuckers out here getting drunk in these clubs at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and driving home, you will get a felony now if they catch your ass drunk. Ain't no misdemeanor, no state jail, none of that. Your ass going to the penitentiary, because just most of y'all little youngsters out here getting drunk and crashing people on the highway. Youngster killed my sister on the highway, so I don't care about it. If your ass ain't 25 and older, I don't feel like you need to be drinking anyway. You ain't even mentally matured yet enough to even be pouring up a bottle of alcohol. You need to be chunked under the slammer. So, mad respect to President Donald Trump. And forget everybody who don't like him. Because I feel like he doing everything that y'all scared to do, everything that y'all don't want to do. He's doing it. So guess what's going to happen, y'all? From now on, if you're not 25 years old and they catch you consuming alcohol or trying to purchase it, you're going to the penitentiary. Good luck and good motherfucking riddance.
Yeah. I did not spell chat right. What the fuck? The hell was that? But yeah. Chilling with the homies. on
The symbols
Friday
at the
night.
Hoover Dam in Nevada, these winged figures of Republic sitting right outside, maybe guardian angels or fallen angels. There's a 16-point star right next to it, and it's a compass, but it has the astrological symbols all around it. Also says to the magnetic pole of the earth, reminding us that this was built in alignment. Now, this plaque sits outside. Over 100 men lost their lives. Here is a photo of some of the men that were workers there, just looking to make a dollar. Now, remember that this dammed up the largest reservoir in the United States, which is called Lake Mead. Here it is. Remember, anything that is holding back water, that water is power. Water is power. And look at the symbol of the bridge there. Just the way everything is symbol. These little symbols are all throughout the plant. They say they also hold energy, but they also say they're Native American symbols. And there's just so much that can go on and on. I could just show you a whole bunch of stuff, but this was really intriguing and very highly energetic.
Reminds me of that black hole sun. Won't you come take away the rain? Black hole sun. Won't you come? Won't you come? Won't you come? That's my shit. Say my name. Take my hand. Y'all know that shit. To no familiar land. Black hole sun. Won't you come? Won't you come? Alright, let's keep it moving on.
Have you ever thought that the Americas just were around a lot longer than what we were taught and told? Hi, I dive into old maps and I find history's mysteries. And I found one here that is just very, very interesting. That tells a different story. Shows Noah in the Bible and the biblical story, but also explains, at least in my opinion, and TikTok, this is just for entertainment purposes only, it shows the three sons of Noah in the Americas. California is an island, and there's just one big Great Lake. And look up into Canada areas how big and large the water goes into the Hudson Bay. Just found it really interesting and wanted to share this. TikTok, this is just for entertainment purposes. We're just sharing opinions. This is a real map. You can check it out just like that. And if you want a copy of this, just hit me up in the comments and I'll shoot you a link to it. But this was such an interesting map. I could go on for hours. Like, there were giants, okay, just right there. And Peleg, you can see right who is there. Peleg was around during the time that the languages were split through the world. And you got the three sons of Noah and Noah there. Just really interesting. Magog's over in Europe, and Gomer's there too. Just interesting stuff. Anyways, I just wanted to share this map mostly because of this, but I could go on for hours about all the different anomalies and things that I've found in here. But comment, let me know what you think of this. Do you feel that the Americans have been around here a lot longer? I do. And this just kind of shows that, yeah, maybe it was. Anyways, please comment, let me know your thoughts. Thanks for listening, thanks for watching, and thanks for supporting. Until next time.
See, nobody paid attention to that. Like saying, it says Japhet is what they call America. In South America was called, what was it, Shem? Damn, rewind this real quick. Seminole and Chalk. It was Seminole and Chalk. You know what I'm saying? Because it said Sem and Chalk. Another one was Japhet or Yafet. Hafid. Okay, I see it. I see it. Gotta learn these languages if we gotta read these maps, y'all. We gotta read these maps because they ain't reading them to us. You know what I mean?
They said, so you're going to do it, Emmanuel? No, I'm not. I said, okay, here's the story, Emmanuel. If on Monday you haven't agreed to every single thing that...
Hey, Angela, I just wanted to show you this real quick. I don't know if you've seen it yet. See this little lovely lady. Let me see. Her name is Boa Hancock. She is a Amazon Lily character. Obviously, that's California, right? Amazon. Um, and she was the snake goddess. Well, yeah, goddess could say that because people worship her as a god. $500. I got lucky and pulled that. Very, very lucky. This one is up to 500 as well. This is the one I got graded. The Uta. See the name right there. Uta. These cards are nice. This is my 100 or 1 grand right here for these two. Getting good portfolio money. Getting the stocks up. You know what I'm saying? Got to get my stocks up. Going back tomorrow. Hopefully I get another one. You know, but you got to get it. Got to get some more. Like Pokemon, we got to catch them all. Let's keep it going.
And I said, so you're going to do it, Emmanuel? No, I'm not. I said, okay, here's the story, Emmanuel. If on Monday you haven't agreed to every single thing that we want, I'm putting a 25% tariff on everything coming out of France, including your wines, your champagnes, and everything else. No, 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 you cannot do that. I said, I can do that, and I will do that. Even for national security, I'll do that, but this is for medical security. And 100%. Now, let me explain. The tariff I'm imposing on you is 42 times more expensive than what I'm asking for you in return. So you can either have a 25% tariff added on to you, like I did with China on fentanyl. I put a 20% penalty tax on China, and it's drying up because the tax is far more than they make with fentanyl. But with the other nations, I said, you're going to do it. And you know what he said? You can't do that to me. I said, yes, I can. Don't worry about it. It's not going to be that bad. You just have to explain it to your people, your 39 million people, that, by the way, don't vote by mail. They vote on paper ballots. They tried voting by mail, and there was fraud all over the country. We're the only country that votes by mail, essentially. You know that, right? You know, Speaker, that's another thing. We're the only country that's stupid enough to vote by mail. Even Jimmy Carter's commission said don't do it. But just to finish so that you won't say he wanders. Emmanuel said to me, Donald, you have a deal. I would love to increase my prescription drug prices by 200% or whatever. I would love to do it. It'd be such an honor. Whatever you want, Donald, please. Don't tell the population. Please, Donald, I beg you. Every country said the same thing. No, 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 we will not do this. Some were strong, some were very nice, some were rude. But they all said one thing, no, we won't. And within, I'd say on average, 3.2 minutes, they were all saying, we would be honored to quadruple our drug prices.
Spoken like a true Don. You know what I'm saying? But the day on his daughter's wedding, I bet you he'll grant you any wish. As long as you come with a good dish, capiche?
Stole that shit. That's what I do, nigga. Fuck, nigga, I stole that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Go get that money, Don. Go get that money. Make America great again. We with you.
So Trump must have been a little unhinged last night because he reposted something on his True Social that's absolutely wild. So this is what the repost said. There is no Joe Biden. He was executed in 2020. Biden clones, doubles, and robotic engineered soulless, mindless entities are what you see. Democrats don't know the difference. Now, I wonder if this has anything to do with it. So just 2 days ago, a whistleblower came out and said Biden would get lost in his closet in the White House. You heard me right, lost in the closet. The whistleblower said the stunning level of disorientation is an example of why the Democratic cover-up of Biden's mental decline is one of the biggest scandals in presidential history. And if you don't believe me, that Secret Service whistleblower was actually assigned to Biden. So they were with him all the time. I mean, it really does make you think though. You know, the auto pen, people saying his eye color changed, his earlobes changing, almost like they're pinned to his head. I find it very interesting that he would repost this, and very ironic that whistleblower just came out. Is Trump opening Pandora's box in front of our eyes?
Look at that's Venezuela he just captured. Guys, Venezuela. It's a beautiful land. A lot of resources. Lot of resources. We're gonna be very rich in oil, minerals, all that good stuff. Even the women are beautiful. The women are beautiful. You know what I'm saying? The cocaine, we'll no longer be paying for cocaine parties over here on the west side. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it, y'all.
So Trump must have been a little unhinged last night because he reposted something on his True Social that's absolute.
All right, buckle up, boys and girls, because we are going on a journey. It was yesterday, just yesterday, that we scooped the Daily Wire's cringe news show, designed quite literally with the intention to mock me and Tucker Carlson. It's always got to be Tucker Carlson, Cameron Owens together. We're partners. Even the typical standard Daily Wire stan accounts had to admit that it was cringe. So cringe that some of them were actually hoping that it was fake, that it was just bait, that the show wasn't real or was not actually happening, or that it was just a segment and I was taking it out of context, because no, the company can't actually be this obsessed with a former employee 2 years later. Yeah, but they are. And as I have noted many times to you, they are becoming increasingly so. And for a reason that I am still trying to work through, I mean, honestly, we've all been trying to work through, Charlie Kirk's assassination has catalyzed a certain derangement in Ben Shapiro. Ben was not a friend of Charlie Kirk. So the question is, why? Why is he so obsessed with the Charlie Kirk narrative, or rather obsessed with stopping people from prodding that narrative? As soon as he began, like when Charlie was coming up, as soon as Ben began to perceive Charlie as a threat, which is essentially after the Kanye West tweet, the I love the way Candace Owens thinks tweet, Ben got to work behind the scenes trying to complicate and stop Charlie's rise and my rise. These are just the facts and they are indisputable, okay? What happened thereafter is that tripping on anybody's head. There are no stories, there are no bodies that are hidden of me intentionally harming people to get where I was going. Well, yesterday when we got off air, we received even more tips, and I'll tell you why. That's because bravery inspires bravery. When people see other people standing up and saying, hey, actually, this is wrong and this is weird, other people go, yeah, that's right. It is weird, and we should all say something. And I would like to again note that the young people who are being manipulated by Ben Shapiro to do his dirty bidding, I don't think that they deserve our ire. I get it. You're young. You have a dream. You have somebody that says, I can make all your dreams come true. And you're game. Some people are going to be game to that. Some people are going to say, yeah, I want to be famous, or yeah, I really need this money. I'm in a pinch, whatever it is. And his strategy is to find Christians and to pressure them, usually through financial means, to go after other Christians when he gets angry in particular. That is another fact, which I can now prove to you thoroughly by reading you one of two emails that we actually received and conversations that we've had. This time, and this email is going to be from another person who was being considered for the role of stalking Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson, because that's what the role was. Of course, while pretending like it's a show. You got to pretend it's a real thing, but actually we're hiring you to go after Candace Owens. And again, we are going to prove that. Now, to give you a little background here, you will recall that at the end of last year, Ben stepped onto Megyn Kelly's stage while she was on tour, and he demanded her allegiance against me and Tucker. Nobody knows why. She did not submit to him. And I want to be clear that she has been under attack by his stooges since. Okay. Ben is directing that from behind the scenes, all of attacks against Megyn Kelly, because his perspective is that you are either going to take his side when he doesn't like somebody or you are going to be attacked. Thereafter, Ben quite literally paid money for a prime speaking slot at AmFest, hitting the stage just after Erica Kirk opened, where he again attacked me. He attacked Tucker Carlson. And this time he also attacked Megyn Kelly because she refused to pledge her loyalty to him and his causes. Meaning, attack who I want you to attack. Be my attack dog. And this email is going to illuminate for you guys what.
It just seems like there's still a lot in the swamp. But the snakes are showing their head. We all got blades. Think it's time to start cutting grass around this bitch. Cause I don't want to get bit. I know you kids don't want it either.
What's that? Oh, people in Mississippi recorded and witnessed a pyramid in the sky? What? People recorded this pyramid in the sky that appeared to be refracting light. It was perfectly shaped, and people started to feel like a dark presence in the area. People witnessed things getting really strange. One woman purposely rear-ended a vehicle. She said she couldn't stop herself from doing it because she felt some sort of demonic, dark takeover in her body, and she couldn't stop herself. What? One person said as he was driving in his friend's vehicle and just got done recording the pyramid that he felt the same dark takeover in his body, and he jumped out of his friend's moving vehicle, but he couldn't stop himself from doing it. Oh, fun. Not sure what's going on with this pyramid in the sky, but I hope I don't get one in my neck of the woods. Oh, goody.
Oh, I'm just putting on my protective headgear, you know. Because I can't be thinking like that, you know what I mean? Cannot be thinking like that. Not today. Voice the head, not today.
What do the Somalians have to do with this Afghan guy who shot the national?
Nothing, but Somalians have caused a lot of trouble. They're ripping us off for a lot of money. There's a tremendous amount of money going back to Somalia. I have Ilhan Omar, who does nothing but complain about our country and our Constitution. And she comes from a country with practically no country. It's devastated, it's crime-ridden, it's a mess, it's a disgrace. And we took their people at a tremendous... We're not taking their people anymore. We're not taking their people. And we're getting a lot of their people out because they're nothing but trouble.
Examine green cards for 19 countries. As you can see on your screen there, the 19 countries from African countries, Middle East, some in South America. Evan, how is he going to be able to implement this? Because they're talking about a loyalty test as well. Is this a real thing that they're going to actually try to implement all this?
America isn't divided by race or religion. It's divided by intelligence. And tonight, I'm bringing you a video that proves it. LV Nation put this video together perfectly, and I had to give you guys my honest take. Because if you still don't understand why Trump's locking down immigration, this will make it painfully obvious. Let's get right to the video.
News, big bad news for Ilhan Omar and also in Minnesota, Tim Walz, and also Somalis, who are over 82,000 of them. There is something big happening right now with the Trump administration and the move that they just pulled, including President Trump. So President Trump makes a huge announcement. He vows to pause all immigration into the United States from third world countries, rips the thousands of Somalians taking over Minnesota. Trump also vowed to denaturalize migrants who undermine domestic tranquility. So he basically is pursuing a reverse migration, and you can watch all of this on CNN. Everybody is talking about it. Reverse migration. Trump says he's had enough of it.
He's technically, he ain't the only one. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of us need jobs. A lot of homeless people on the streets. They need food to eat. saying? Can't get food if you go on the street and you ain't got no ID and shit. And motherfuckers could get motherfucking food share, food stamps or something, you know? But hey, that's all that shit. Need to get them medical attention too.
If showing ID to vote is too hard for you, maybe you shouldn't help to decide who runs the free world. Y'all have a good one.
I mean, it's that simple. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying?
If showing ID to vote is too hard for you, maybe you shouldn't help to decide who runs the free world. Y'all have a good one.
It's not funny.
So let me see if I got this straight. You're trying to tell me that in the 12th century, they was building skyscrapers? Oh, you son of a blowback. So right now in Italy, there's only 2 towers left. And if these towers wasn't here, I wouldn't believe. When you look at old maps of Bologna, it looks like a whole city of skyscrapers. But if you look closely, it looks like it's got a dome. Just look at the top and look at the edge. It looks like that whole city was under a dome. So much of our history has been erased and whitewashed. But the day is coming when everyone will know the truth.
Yeah, man. That copyright music, son of a bitch. He got me now. But it's alright though. Got YouTube Studio, we could edit that. You know what I'm saying? But let's keep it moving.
And here's the part they don't want you to notice. When you put the ruins of the Tower of Babel next to the internal layout of a modern quantum supercomputer, the shapes line up almost perfectly. Ancient texts say Babel was built to reach the heavens, but what if that meant reaching into dimensions, the same way quantum processors tap into states we can't see? Some researchers whisper that the tower wasn't destroyed for pride. It was shut down because humanity got too close to cracking the cosmic code. Now, thousands of years later, governments are rebuilding the same design in silicon and superconductors, trying to reopen whatever Babel accessed. And every time a quantum computer glitches, they say that's the echo of a language humanity once spoke, before the world was scrambled on purpose.
Dynamite. Damn. So they basically just sold their souls, you know. Obviously, it's all copyright, so we can't air it with the sound. But subtitles tell you it all. Don't sell your soul. Don't. You know what I'm saying? Diddy buy that shit though. Diddy buy that shit.
So while he's talking about how there's no fraud going on, this random kid is wearing like the sickest
craziest pair of glasses I've ever seen.
How did the Somalians come up on this business?
What are Somalians known for?
Like stealing?
Yeah.
They tell on themselves, man. You know what I'm saying? They tell on themselves. We don't need to.
Why did they defund all of the national weather services? Y'all remember last year when we kept seeing all of those NOAA planes, NOAA? They were popping up on everyone's radar all over the place. Y'all remember that? And everywhere we seen those planes circle, somebody write in the comments what happened every time we seen one of those planes circle somewhere. What happened next? Do y'all remember? Now, this was the way that we were keeping up with where the bad was going to happen. And we were calling it out. Now, they've defunded those people, that same weather service that provided that information so that we could follow those NOAA planes. You remember the NOAA floods? Y'all remember everywhere you seen NOAA? There was a flood. And no, I'm not saying that the NOAA flights were causing the floods. I'm just saying that that's a whole lot of coincidences. And Lord knows, I believe.
Yeah, there's a lot of coinciding right there. You know? A lot of coinciding. But shit, we keep on riding. Let's go.
I think we triggered the Somalis. You're gonna like this one. You're gonna want to share it. A Somali man named Mohammed in Maine has just come out and put a video out in a way threatening the Democratic Party. In Maine, they're looking to investigate for fraud one of their high-ranking people. He specifically said, if you continue with these investigations into fraud, we will not vote for you. We put you in power to not create division and to protect our people. And all this fraud conversation is not approved. If you want to continue to get our vote, you must ensure we're not investigated. This video is going super viral. You're going to see it everywhere. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Is that another admission of guilt? I tell you, the IQ thing with them is spectacular. I used to question it. Now I fucking love it because they make mistakes all the time. And I'm here for it. And hopefully you are too.
See, when you're not good at lying, you always tell on yourself. So without lies, truth prevails. Just don't do bad shit, and you don't have to tell a lie. You know what I'm saying? Because then you have to, if you do tell a lie, you have to tell a big lie. To make it believable, you have to tell a whole bunch of little lies. So just be with God, man. Speak the truth. Don't be scared.
So we wasn't really supposed to find out about all the fraud in Somalia. I mean, Minneapolis, Minnesota. Yeah, that was never supposed to happen. You know, just like we weren't supposed to find out about this teacher of the year who is a Somali who raped a 14-year-old 8th grader student of his, who was just found guilty, by the way, and is about to do like 18 years in prison. Yeah, Abdul J. Wright here. Well, you know what? Let me give you a picture they would rather you see. Abdul J. Wright, the teacher of the year. According to the people who prosecuted him, he used his recognition as teacher of the year to swindle his way into the 14-year-old to do extracurricular activities as a teacher. And this includes addition of body parts, division of legs, and over multiple periods, juki. So according to the 14-year-old 8th grader from Best Academy.
Yep, that's about it. Shoot, right there. Set it right there on the market, bro. Right there. Because these guys don't understand. That's all.
Number one, there is no fentanyl made in Venezuela. Not just a little bit, there's none being made in Venezuela. These are outboard boats that, in order for them to get to Miami, would have to stop and refuel 20 times.
Rand Paul has been implicated as one of the politicians who has been taking millions of dollars from the Maduro regime, according to a high-ranking government source. The Kentucky senator was named as a central figure on a reported Venezuela list of U.S. politicians allegedly receiving multi-million-dollar.
I think this year is a good year for to fuck around and find out too. You know what I'm saying? Because I think like ever since 2025, it's been like fuck around and find out season. You know what I'm saying? It's weird, but I'm with it. So let's keep moving.
Folks, we have breaking news on the two lawmakers in Minnesota who were assassinated overnight. Julio Rosas, U.S. Marine, also national correspondent for The Blaze, says that police have released the name of the suspect in question. He says, I'm told by police sources in Minnesota the suspect in the shooting of Minnesota state lawmakers is Vance Luther Bolter. So who is Vance Luther Bolter? And why would he be involved in a politically motivated assassination? Well, according to his LinkedIn profile, he's the CEO of an organization called Red Lion Group. And he's also somebody that was appointed to a board by the governor, Tim Walz. In 2019, Governor Walz appointed Vance to a board of the governor's workforce development. So Governor Tim Walz, who is scheduled to be speaking at the No Kings insurrection today, has been out advocating for violent revolution in this country, and somebody connected to him politically from an appointment to a board is now the suspect in the assassination of two Minnesota lawmakers who voted with Republicans to repeal free health care for illegal immigrants.
So yeah, that's that's wicked as fuck. That's wicked as fuck. Now we got a Rico on our hands, y'all. Now I think whatever listed was that flight log, I think he's going into what we call that everything on the table mode. You feel me? Everything on the table. This is what it looks like.
I see like 3, 4 niggas running through the crib, all black, mask on, running through the crib and shit. One nigga run to the front door. I hop out, I start shooting. Bow, 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 bow. Shot the nigga. Bow, shot his ass. Bow, 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 bow. All the niggas run out the door, they run out the door. This nigga on the floor.
Just saying, man. Everybody getting it. You come up into my house, everybody getting it. Said AI get crazy. No, that was from remember when Soldier Boy was talking about when them niggas came in his crib and he had to grab the Draco and just shoot? Shot a couple of them niggas in the ass and shit. One dude unalive, you know what I'm saying? One dude survived, ran off, but That was all that was. They just did the shit over it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep that one too. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep that one on.
Seen a video on here and they said, no man will give you more advice than a man who want to make you his wife. I agree 100% because when you messing with a man that want to be with you for the rest of his life, for the most part, he gonna try to teach you everything he know. If he feel like it's something you lacking in, he gonna try to teach you everything you know. He gonna try to give you all the game that somebody has ever given to him, everything he ever learned or been a sponge to. He gonna try to make sure that you on a straight path, that you know everything going on around you, that you know, keep bullshit people from around you. That man gonna want the best for you. That man gonna try to give you every piece of knowledge that God has given him to you. And sometimes it could be overwhelming because you'll feel like, oh, he's coming at me like a dad, or oh, it's not that, he just loves you and he wants you to know everything he know. He wants you to learn everything he's learned. He wants you to be everything you can be because he sees you on a higher level than you've ever seen yourself in your life. Like, share, comment, repost, and hit that follow button.
That part. You said, yeah, to put Trizzy on Soulja Boy. I remember that. Yeah.
Look, Tim Walz is a joke. His entire administration has been a joke. The idea that he's some sort of freedom fighter, he's not. He's a guy who has enabled fraud and maybe, in fact, has participated in fraud. That's what this new Assistant Attorney General position is going to find out. I don't care what Tim Walz says. I care about getting to the bottom of this fraud for the American people, and I care about enforcing the nation's immigration laws. That's what we're going to stay focused on.
Oh, Archer right there, y'all. Motherfucking Tim Walz. He going down. But JD Vance, that nigga remind me of Archer. You know what I'm saying? He banging everybody, girl. Doing some 007 shit. Hell. I'm gonna say less because I don't want to get wrecked.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Laura Ingram. This is the Ingram Angle from Minnesota tonight. This is a Fox News alert. Breaking news out of Portland. Police are confirming that 2 people are in the hospital following a shooting involving federal agents. We're going to monitor the situation and bring you more as we get it.
Damn.
If you think the children of illegal immigrants shouldn't be penalized for the crimes of their parents, but all white people need to accept blame for what someone did over 200 years ago, you must be a Democrat.
Hold on. Y'all might not heard that.
If you think the children of illegal immigrants shouldn't be penalized for the crimes of their parents, but all white people need to accept blame for what someone did over 200 years ago, you must be a Democrat.
Let that sink in. Yeah, sis. Across the board like that, but we can't do that to white people. You know what I'm saying? But it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right.
Liberals, I hope you take what just happened to a bunch of y'all in Minnesota as a warning. And if you guys are unaware of what happened, well, a large group of liberal protesters saw a bunch of federal agents show up, and they just decided we're not going to have this ICE bullshit around here anymore. So they pressed in on these agents, decided to throw shit and attack them. Now, little did they know, those federal agents, they weren't there to arrest illegal immigrants. No, they were there doing the other part of their job, which was raid that house for human and drug trafficking. Oh, and what was the result of the raid? Well, not only did they save 8 people from being human trafficked, but they also found 900 pounds of meth, almost half a ton of methamphetamines. And here's the best part. After they saved those people and after they captured those drugs, all the people that were attacking them were arrested. And they're not going to be charged with just having a violent protest. They're not going to be charged with just standing up for your right. No, they're going to be charged with trying to interfere with the rescue of human beings and the capture of a
See, the year of fucking around and finding out is starting off right. See, last year, remember it started off on a Wednesday, Thursday, and a Friday. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, what the fuck? Shit, this year started off on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The fall of Satan, yeah. I mean, that's how I'm gonna take it. The fall of Satan, or Sam, or the son of Sam, however you say it.
America, pause for a moment and listen. A Russian tank has been seized and displayed on American soil. Some see it as a headline. Others see it as a message. But history teaches us that appearances rarely tell the full story. To Donald Trump and to decision makers in the United States of America, understand this clearly. Equipment can be captured, but national strength is built over time. A tank is technology. A nation is people, experience, and preparation. Studying hardware does not change resolve. In fact, every inspection pushes innovation forward on all sides. Russia has faced pressure before. Each time, adaptation followed, development accelerated, strategy evolved. This is not new, and it is not unexpected. True leadership is not about displays. It is about judgment, not about moments, but outcomes. The world today does not need louder signals. It needs careful decisions. Stability requires discipline, patience, and awareness of consequences. History does not reward overconfidence. It remembers balance, calculation, and restraint. The path forward is still open. Choose it wisely.
Hey, what would y'all think if Russia joined forces with the United States? I mean, only thing that's separating us is Alaska. So, I mean, because Canada's about to be ours too. That's ours. You know what I'm saying?
Action up, ball! Here we go. Water, go! Rolling! Uh-oh!
I'm just saying, y'all gotta watch out how Hollywood fucking with us. Never know what they're gonna show you. I showed you this because you're gonna know what that looks like if you see it. You know what I'm saying? You seen the little video that he was making. He was up close with it. Buildings just like an earthquake. Simulation, y'all. Simulation.
Trump's executive order for birthright citizenship just got blocked. Another win for democracy. Yeah, I saw that. Did you actually read what the judge said? Yeah, he filed a class action lawsuit or whatever and issued a nationwide injunction. What about it? You mean the part where he granted legal status to the unborn? He did what? The judge certified a class of all current and future persons. That means unborn children now have legal standing under the federal court. Nope, that's not what he meant. Oh, I'm pretty sure he did. He wanted to block Trump so badly, he just accidentally handed the pro-life movement exactly what they've been asking for. But we're pro-choice. We don't do fetus rights. That's your thing, right? But now, thanks to your side, unborn babies have legal status, which means lawsuits can now be filed on their behalf. This is insane. What about immigration? In trying to protect birthright citizenship, your radical left judge just told the people in the court, hey, future people in the womb, you count too. But we've spent years saying fetuses aren't people. Yeah, I know, my body, my choice, until suddenly it's legally somebody else's body too. This is all Trump's fault. Crazy, sometimes you go so far left, you end up right.
Right where you supposed to be together. But it's alright, y'all. It's alright. Chestnut shakers, exactly.
So you think the Devil's Tower is a giant petrified tree? Well, are you sure about that? Because I thought the same thing at first. And now, with an open mind and presented new information, I think it's something very different. And when you do a quick YouTube search and there's tons of information about it being a tree, that should cause you to question it. And I've done multiple posts talking about how the Devil's Tower is a giant petrified tree. So believe me, I was there. But this information that I'm going to provide you, I think there's going to be no doubt of what it really is. So because it never resonated 100% with me that this was a giant petrified tree, I decided to do what I do. And I checked it out, and I checked out the surrounding area. And you might not see it at first, but you will. So I want you to look right here. Here's the Devil's Tower, and I want you to look right here. It looks like a giant alligator snout to me. And stick with me, because I'm going to show you a lot more. Because alligator head and even eyes, and when you zoom in, you can see something that looks very similar to an alligator's claw.
I mean, technically, we is living on dead people. So he's not wrong. Not wrong at all.
I thought we didn't know where the...
So you think the Devil's Tower is a giant petrified tree? Well,
I thought...
It's not playing.
I thought we didn't know where the Tower of Babel was at. But this 1685 drawing is showing it like a tour. This French photographer who toured around the armies with the French did this immaculate drawing of the ruins of the Tower of Babel and did it on both sides. Pretty wild. Also, you can see like some of the windows still showing there on the left. This is what I do. I dive into old maps. I found this and I immediately wanted to show you all. If you'd like a link to the map or drawing here, hit me up in the comments. And as always, thanks so much for the support. What do you think of this? Comment and let me know if you've ever even heard of anything like this. And where do you think the Tower of Babel is at? So there's so many questions about this with the Tower of Babel. Like, is it in the Middle East, where Babylonia is at? And we see all the maps on there. I also see a Babylon in Africa at times. And then I'm told Babylon's actually in America. And then I saw a video where they showed Babylon up in Canada. That was pretty crazy because there's a place called Babel up there. What do you think? Where do you think Babel is at? Do you even think Babel existed? I think it existed. I don't know where it's at. I'd like to find out, obviously, but this shows tours of it, so apparently it existed. Anyways, I just wanted to show this to you. I just thought it was very, very interesting and different. And if you notice the palm trees, I just wanted to, so wherever Babel is at, it's definitely in a warm climate since we have palm trees there. Just wanted to make that notation. They're down there as well. And you can see people coming up, like, to go tour it. It's crazy. Comment, let me know what you think. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. And as always, Until next.
Damn, son. That's trip. It's getting trippy out there. Let's keep it going though. Where we at with it?
A Somali man goes on camera and he claims in a very chilling way that the partial takeover of the United States is already complete. And now they're moving on to phase 2, a total takeover of America. He says his only regret in this whole process is that President Trump may not live long enough to actually see it happen. But he says, don't worry, Trump's children will witness the dark day in history. If that doesn't chill you to the bone, this will. A woman who actually grew up in an Islamic household is now warning Americans that we are on a dangerous path if we keep allowing these people who hate this country to stay here. Like this video so this warning reaches as many people as possible, and subscribe if you're new here. Welcome. This is a moment America cannot ignore. Now, before we get to that terrifying video, let's talk about the family of the man now running political cover for all of this. Tim Walz's daughter has officially entered full meltdown mode over people insulting her family online. Now look, I don't condone slurs ever, but you don't get to stage a moral emergency over mean words when your own father called ICE the Gestapo, labeled Trump a Nazi, said MAGA should be bullied, and even suggested it was time to be a little meaner. So let me get this straight. When they do it, it's righteous activism. When it's done back to them, it's the end of civilization.
No, I'm talking about this because while my family and I are always going to be the bigger people, the president calling my dad what he did has unleashed a storm regarding like offensive language towards me and my family, and specifically my brother. You can call me whatever you want. You can call my dad, my mom. When it's Gus, to the no. To the no. He dealt with people calling him that last August, and now there's a resurgence. And no, how is it okay that the president of the United States can call somebody, anybody, doesn't matter who they are, that, and then all of his freaking cult members come and attack those people and that person's family? Say what you want about my dad. He's an elected official, right? Like, that's going to happen. I think it's utterly disgraceful that the president would do that. But then the attacks that I have seen, I have people DMing me saying absolutely horrendous things. When I was home last week, somebody drove by and screamed that we were R words, just driving by in their car. I'm like, what world are we living in?
You know, a lot of Minnesotans are actually asking that very same question right now, thanks to your father's leadership, or should I say lack thereof. Now, speaking of not tearing people down, let's remind everyone what her father thinks about that.
Elon's on that stage, jumping around, skipping like a dip on these things.
Sound like somebody a little envious, no? He didn't sound like he was satisfied. I'm satisfied. The family's racist. I mean, the racketeer. What other kind of R? Yeah, the R word. The hard R was. You know, our target. You know what I'm saying? People need fucking better help. Better help. Stop drinking the water. Stop drinking the water from the faucet. Dirty monkeys.
So if the Earth rotates around the sun once a year, and in that one rotation there are 365 little rotations representing 1 day per little rotation, 365 days in a year. And 365 days divided by 28, you get a perfect 13-month year. Every month starting on a Monday, ending on a Sunday. And hold the phone, because you're telling me that September, sept meaning 7, is the 9th month. October, oct meaning 8, is the 10th month. November, nov meaning 9, is the 11th month. And December, this decagon, is 10. So that means January becomes the 11th, February the 12th, and March is the 13th, the last month of the year. And the beginning of the year would be the spring equinox, when everything begins to grow, renew, and life starts to flourish. Wouldn't it make more sense that that's when I realized something was off? And if time itself can be shifted, what else has been shifted without us noticing? You don't lose your life all at once. You lose it slowly, through routines you never chose and beliefs you never questioned. One night I couldn't sleep, no phone, no noise, just my thoughts. And I stumbled into a book called Book of Wisdom. Not looking for answers, just trying to understand myself. It wasn't telling me what to believe, it was showing me what I had stopped noticing. This isn't for everyone. Most people will scroll, some will feel uncomfortable, a few will feel something they can't explain. If this sounds crazy, good. I'm just leaving the door where I found it.
It had the all 5 elements right there. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. How's everybody's evening? Y'all enjoying this? Hopefully, tap one in the chat.
I found a very old map that shows our calendar completely different. I dive into old maps and I find some crazy anomalies, and this one shows the beginning of the year starting in March. Oh, and you can also see right here, shows paradise or like Garden of Eden in like the Asia area, but we'll save that for another video. I want to talk about the calendars here, and please comment if you have any thoughts on this, but calendars used to start in March or April, and then they changed everything. I don't know if you knew this. Also, they used to have 13 months, which were like lunar calendars. This one shows 12 months here, but it shows the beginning. You know, I'll just zoom out. You can see the whole freaking map. It's beautiful. 1452, and it shows the beginning up top here at March. Marchal. I don't know how you pronounce that in Latin, but this is all in Latin. If you ever took Latin in school growing up, hit me up in the comments. I'm very curious on who actually took Latin. I took Latin as a kid growing up, and I wish I could read this better on this map, but I love this map because it's a real old map. It's not like a reprint or anything. It's the real deal. Check it out. It's so cool. This guy only did 3 of these. And if you look around, like I would love to be able to read like all the different stuff along here that coordinated with, he had the alphabet in there along with the numbers. Just really neat. I'm going to try to find this out. He only had 2 other maps he did, but I'm going to try to find them as well to see if there's anything I can find on there. Like, I would love to be able to understand what was actually written here.
Angela probably fell asleep.
Through these areas, but just thought it was a really cool, interesting map. There's a lot of different anomalies on here. And check it out, like Babylon right there, which was really cool and interesting. But we'll do more on this map and more videos. Please stay tuned. And as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for the support. And until next time.
Y'all interested in watching me do some One Piece streaming? Yo, Dennis said he's still here. And we gotta interact, Dennis. Don't let the phone die in your hand. You know what I'm saying?
This 1572 map shows the Gulf of Mexico before it was called the Gulf of Mexico. They called it the Gulf of Tortucaru. Very interesting here. First time I've seen it called that. We pause briefly to bring you this deep dive into the Gulf before the Gulf. Be sure to pause the video and read through it. It is very interesting. And back to the map. And then we also are going to talk about Florida. This is the only region shown in the United States right now, or North America area. And there's a lot about Terra, Florida that you should know. And here's our deep dive into Terra, Florida, the land of giants, cannibals, and forgotten civilizations. Be sure to pause this and read through it. It is very interesting. It also confirms a lot of the translations I've done on previous videos when I've researched and looked into Terra, Florida. Interesting, it's nothing like we've been taught growing up. Anyways, back to the map we go. And I also did a little deep dive on this little Yukon Peninsula, or Yucatan Peninsula, my apologies. And we did a little bit deep dive on that too. And our deep dive into Yucatan, the land of the Serpent Kings, vanished cities, and pre-flood memory. This is a really interesting deep dive. Be sure to pause and read through this, and again, comment with your thoughts. Pyramids swallowed by jungles. It's crazy. And again, back to the end of the map. But these were all very interesting, and I wanted to share these, especially the fact that this was not called the Gulf of Mexico or Mexico. Really interesting. Comment and let me know what you think about that. And thanks for watching, and thanks for listening. Until next time. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I paused it so I could read it on my shit, you know what I'm saying? It says, Terra, Florida, and the stories attached to the name were far strange than anything you'll find in school textbook. Early explorers described the native Temecula, or yeah, Temuca people as giants, Temucas, okay, and not metaphorical giants, but physical towering humans, often 6 feet 5 to 7 feet tall, broad shoulders, and stronger than any European soldier. Chroniclers like Mo Lemo Lemaine and Fontenay wrote this openly, yet details were later pushed aside and misinterpreted. But the strangest in Florida went deeper. Several tribes practiced ritual cannibalism, not as barbarianism, but as a spiritual rite, consuming as fallen enemies to the gain their courage or life force. Early Spanish accounts mention warriors who believed they inherit a rival's strength, memory, or spirit through the ritual. These participants or these practices too were slowly erased and sanitized and later retailed. So that makes sense because, like, to practice shamanism and shit, they would often eat, you know what I'm saying, like cannibalistically, you know what I'm saying? But that's because they were trying to be ancestors, you know what I'm saying? Like, in order to get their power, you have to consume of their flesh. In order to teach this magic, you have to be taught by somebody who has the magic. You know what I'm saying? And then ancient maps often depicted Terra Florida as larger, wider, and shaped different than today, hinting that explorers saw the coastline now lost in the rising sea, which is what I've been saying. We are already in the water world. The water is just rising, or the land is sinking. Either or, it would make sense to say that it's sinking, but we know different because this land's floating as dead carcasses. But hinting that explorers saw the coastline or ancient floods, seas, catastrophic events, mainly drawings show Florida with extra inlets, islands, and peninsulas. Features no longer present. Some theorists argue that match the indigenous stories of land swallowed by water long before Europeans arrived. Inland, the Spanish found massive earthworks, enormous mounds, perfect geometric shapes, and ceremonial sites that did not resemble structures of any tribes they encountered. Even the tribes themselves claimed these works were built by people who came before them, a civilization older than memory. Modern uh, archaeology still can't fully explain some of these formations. Said Florida was also mythically tied to the Fountain of Youth, not as a single spring, but as a protected region, such as are said to restore vitality. Early explorers wrote of ageless guardians and people who seemed unnaturally healthy for their age.
Whether exaggerated or symbolic, these legends suggested lands held sacred, possibly medical waters, that outsiders were not meant to access. Kind of makes you think why all the Jewish people went down there, right? But hey, said put together a story of Terra Florida becoming something far stranger than peninsula conquered by Europeans. It became a land of giant tribes, ancient mountains, lost coastlines, forbidden rites, and legends that deliberately softened to fit the narrative. But yeah, that's some crazy shit. That was long too, man. I didn't think it was gonna be reading the page. You know what I'm saying? But let's get it.
Okay, breaking news. We have Russian personnel ordered to evacuate Israel by planes. It started last night. Several planes have left so far, evacuating Russian diplomats out of Israel. Now, what is shocking is that I have a Bible from 1893 here, and I do want to read you a couple of crazy things in here that are not in today's modern Bibles. But what's interesting is when it tells you in Genesis about the true age of the earth and how it was 4,000 years since the time of Adam to Christ being born, and then it was another 2,026 years from then till now, which puts us almost at around 6,000 years. Someone commented and said to believe that the earth is only 6,000 years old is so ridiculous, right? And of course, I literally used to think that too. I'm like, who would possibly, like, it's billions of years old. But you know what's funny? You know how they say if you're gonna lie big, right? Like this is one of their like doctrines, is that if you're gonna lie, you gotta lie big. You don't say that GMO food, for example, is slightly bad for you. They don't admit to that. Instead, they go, no, GMOs are literally like healthy and they're gonna feed and save the world. They lie so diametrically opposed to the truth. Like fluoride, it's not that fluoride is slightly could be unfavorable for your brain. It's like fluoride is required, like you need it, it's for your teeth, it's a natural mineral. Like they lie big, right? So when it comes to the age of the earth, it's not that the earth is 6,000 years old and the official story is that it's like 10,000 years old. No, the official story is unfathomable amounts of years, billions of years. That is a very big lie. They don't want to say it's only 100,000 years old when it says that it's 6,000. By the way, the Hebrew Bible, I believe, still says it's about 5,800. In Ethiopia, someone told me, like in Africa, you guys know about the true age of the earth too, which is shocking. But we've been told our whole lives, billions and billions and billions of years, hundreds of millions, 60 million years, these dinosaurs were running around. And there was they believe that 200 million years ago, it rained for 1 million years straight. Don't ask me how they know that, but the scientists figured it out, and everyone trusts the science, don't they? But so you see what I mean? If you're going to lie, you've got to lie big. So of course, from the very get-go, I went down to the river the other day, and there's a plaque on a post in the ground. And I come up to it. The first word was, in front of this river, beautiful river, the first words were, over 1 billion years ago, and I just laughed and walked away. Like, dude, it's everywhere. Once you understand the programming of hundreds of millions, billions of years old, and you find out the true story, it is so apparent that dinosaurs, space, NASA, and evolution are all connected to form and control and change your perception from what really happened in our inception of the Earth to what they're telling us. And there's a very, very shocking reason why they would prefer we are lied to about that. But this is, of course, just different people's speculations and opinions. Like, none of this is a fact, of course. But anyway, I love you all. Comment your thoughts below and follow for more.
Yeah, I was reading that stuff from Poop Freak 63 talking about, yo, can you make it what? Like, guy, you on the wrong channel for that, man. You know what I'm saying? I sent Robin over to your house, and he ain't Batman like me. You know what I'm saying? He gonna take your shit.
Some breaking news in. The White House saying Tuesday that President Trump is viewing acquiring Greenland as a national security priority and that the use of the U.S. military remains an option as his administration weighs how to pursue control of the Arctic territory. Fox's Edward Lawrence with this statement from Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt reading as such. President Trump has made it well known that acquiring Greenland is a national security priority of the United States, and it's vital to deter our adversaries in the Arctic region. She continues, the president and his team were discussing a range of options to pursue this important foreign policy goal. And of course, utilizing the U.S. military is always an option as the commander-in-chief's disposal. So, of course, we've been talking about Greenland quite a bit here at Live Now. The president and his team, as the press secretary says, they are weighing a range of options. These comments mark the clearest statement to date from the White House, suggesting that military force could be considered. We did get a statement in from leaders of a number of European leaders and Canada. They rallied behind Greenland earlier today. And just to be clear, this statement, I believe, came out before Caroline Leavitt's statement. It reads as such, Arctic security remains a key priority for Europe, and it is critical for international and transatlantic security. NATO has made clear that the Arctic region is a priority, and European allies are stepping up. We and many other allies have increased our presence, activities, and investments to keep the Arctic safe and to deter adversaries. The Kingdom of Denmark, including Greenland, is a part of NATO. Security in the Arctic must therefore be achieved collectively, in conjunction with NATO allies, including the United States, by upholding the principles of the UN Charter, including sovereignty, territorial integrity, and the inviolability of borders. These are universal principles, and we will not stop defending them. The United States is an essential partner in this endeavor, and as a NATO ally, and through the defense agreement between the Kingdom of Denmark and the United States of 1951, Greenland belongs to its people. It is for Denmark and Greenland, and them only, to decide on matters concerning Denmark and Greenland. That statement coming from the leaders of France, Britain, Germany, Italy, Poland, Spain, and Denmark. A live look at the White House just past 6:30 in the Capitol.
You know what? Trizzy don't give no fuck about what they say. You know why?
Stole that shit. That's what I do, nigga. Fuck, nigga, I stole that shit.
I see like 3-4 niggas running through the crib, all black, mask on, running through the crib and shit. One nigga run to the front door. I hop out, I start shooting. Bow, 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 bow. Shot the nigga. Bow, shot his ass. Bow, 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 bow. All the niggas run out the door, they run out the door. This nigga on the floor.
Come up in there, you know, we'll take Greenland too. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, we'll just have the whole world. Yep, it's God's land now. You know what I mean? Everything is everything.
This is a 1647 moon map. It's crazy. Wait till you see how they have overlaid the earth on this. I took this actual page out of the moon map book, which I go over the entire book in my subscription channel. You got to check it out, but let's just go ahead and get started. So Mount Sinai, which you see right here. Check this out. By the way, this is what I do. I dive into old maps. When I found this map book, I just went off. I've probably been playing around with this map for the whole book, actually, for about, I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours. Some of the stuff I found in there, woo! I'm not going to get into it here, but dates that I found that confirm dates that we talk about on my channel, you should check it out. It's crazy. Anyways, that Mount Sinai area I was talking about, that's where the button is at, okay? The button, I'm putting up a little picture of the moon, but that little button area, that's where Mount Sinai is. they have on the previous page, which I show in the full. I get like a 10-15 minute video on it where I went page by page by page so you could really see everything. But it's just so neat. Like, and it also in the book, it details out all the different craters. Like, they had details, but this is an overlay. This is another big crater up there where Mount Etna's showing for Sicily. And then there's the island of Sicily, right? And then you have the Mediterranean all around that. It's really interesting. And then I would say if we're going up here, right, we got the Alps right here. We got Italy there. So we'd go across over here. Let's see what we got going down into here. You got the Egypt area right here, so it would come into there. Very interesting. Here's Arabia. Comment, let me know what you think. Obviously, hit me up in the comments if you want a link to this map. I'll shoot you a link to it. Check out my subscription where I go into some super detail on this thing. Actually, I had to do 2 videos, and I'm doing a 3rd on it. And then they show a lot about Hyperborea up here. You have the Hyperborea Sea, you got the Hyperborea region. Just really interesting on how they overlaid everything. Then you got some of the stuff here where they talk about the map key. And then on this side over here, you got that. And you got that date right there. Yeah, that date right there. We will talk a lot more about that in my subscription channel. Comment, let me know what you think. Comment if you got questions, you got comments, you see something on here pretty crazy too. Look, Mount Olympus is right there. Just thought it was so neat. Let's see what mountains they show here. Very neat. Anyways, more to come. I'm finding more of this stuff as we go along. And as always, thank you so much for the support. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And until next time.
As he said, until next time, man. Y'all like to appreciate y'all for coming through. It's 12:30 my time. I know y'all sleeping too, man. So hey, I'm gonna let y'all get to it. You know what I'm saying? I might do another one tomorrow. So keep an eye out for me, you know?
Friends are some of the fakest people you ever have in your life. Because friends will never allow you to just be yourself. Oh, man, nigga, you sound like you're getting weak. Oh, man, you sound like you get... They ain't gonna let you say, man, I'm hurt right now, homie. I feel like hurt. They gonna go tell somebody, man, nigga talking about killing himself. So, friends don't check on nobody. Family. Family go check on your family. Because friends have to fake with one another. Friends have to be fake in order for us to be real friends. I can't tell you, nigga, you wrong when you wrong.
I felt that! My bad. That shit hit me. That shit hit me, man. That shit touched me on another level.
Homie, friends don't let each other be who they really want to be, my nigga. I got to be who you want me to be so we can remain friends. If I tell you I don't like this, I don't want to kick that nigga, I don't want to rob that nigga, and we from the same hood, but we friends. I can't go against my friend because my friend gonna quit me. So if I'm really your friend, I can tell you no. I can tell you I don't like this. I don't want to do this. Say, homie, I'm on the phone with my girl. Can you cut this down? And you don't say, oh, man, nigga caking on the phone. My friend understand this is my girl. So when he heard me talking to my girl, he cut the music down. Without shaming me. Friends wake up every day to shame one another. Why do you want me to believe when you call me, homie, and we Jones and high side? What friends do with each other. But man, my family ain't gonna do this. So I build a family away from a family, nigga.
We had a saying where we would be like, peace, be safe. But then we heard Nipsey say, stay dangerous. And I never understood it. But then when I finally understood it, it hit me like a ton of bricks. Stay dangerous. Because when you are, you're aware. If you're part of the danger, you can see the danger around you as well. You have to stay dangerous. Because if we're not, we're going to get caught unaware. And then we're just a pawn being used. When you carry yourself like a king, you will be.